I'm so excited to be doing this video today because not too long ago, I was in your shoes. I was really scared about college admissions and how to get enough money to go to college, and now I'm here. So I'm really excited to talk about my journey, how I got here, and to share my best tips on actually beneficial scholarships that will help you be able to attend school. I really do think that these are tips that are not talked about on other people's channels, and I'm really excited to just dive into them because I want you guys to have all the details so that you can have the best admissions possible. I have one where I can estimate to be $2 million in scholarship money from all the colleges that I've applied to combined. I will not lie, this was not an easy process or a fun one, but it was worth it in the end. I will tell you what, I'm going to school now and I'm not in debt and I'm at a beautiful school and I'm very happy. For context, I currently go to NSU, Florida, or Nova Southeastern University. Kind of a mouthful, but it is a beautiful school. I love my campus. I am here on their presidential scholarship, which is a full tuition scholarship. I'm forgetting the exact amount of people they interviewed for the scholarship, but it was close to 1,700 and they picked 32, which is less than a 2% acceptance rate into the program. So I hope that makes me qualified enough to talk to you guys about how I got here and how you can be a girl boss. Tip number one, do your research. I put this one first for a reason, okay? Do your research. You want to pick colleges that are realistic for you to receive scholarship money at. Just because you really want a full ride to Harvard or like Yale or Brown or whatever, that's great. I'm glad you have big goals, but like you also have to be realistic here. Personally, I knew I wanted to be by the beach or in the city. Ending up in Fort Lauderdale, Florida is like the perfect mix of all these things. Most colleges have scholarship information readily available on their website. They don't really hide anything. They'll be like, okay, this is the amount of money that we give people with this GPA. A lot of them even have charts you can look at. So if you have a 3.5 GPA, look through the colleges that you're interested in and see which ones award scholarships to people with a 3.5 GPA. So for example, like UMiami scholarships and aid, and it should pull up to the page that has like all the information right there for you. Boom. This is literally the tip that helped me out so much, saved me so much time. Thank you to my neighbor with her very smart kids. She helped me and she taught me this tip. It's to use the common data set. Colleges have to fill out the common data set every year and it has to be publicly available. And it has so much information. If you're really interested in a school, I actually recommend you like scroll through the whole thing and just see like all the details about the college. But for the purpose of this video, we're focusing on one thing. They have a test score and GPA section. If you want to be eligible for merit scholarships at that school like I did, the thing that's gonna get you the most chances of winning them is if you're in the top 25% of all applicants at the school. So you're gonna want to go to the GPA section. There's gonna be like a bottom 25, middle 50%, and then a top 25. You wanna be in the same top 25 as it shows in that chart. I hope I'm doing a good job of explaining this because it's really helpful. And they have one for test scores as well, and usually one for ACT or SAT. Another tip, if you don't feel like your ACT scores and your SAT scores match your GPA or match what you're capable of, don't put them in, it's fine. This leads me into my next tip, which is be strategic about your application, okay? Number one, don't try to apply to each college separately than the Common App. It's gonna take you so long, it's gonna be so much work, just don't do that to yourself. Do the Common App, colleges don't care, I promise. Then going back to the test scores thing, if test scores are optional and you don't like your test score, don't submit it, you're good. I barely used my test score because I didn't like it that much. I only took my ACT once. I feel like if I had taken it again, I maybe would have gotten a score that I was proud of, but this one was like, and because I have a 3.9 GPA and I have a ton of college credits, I was like, I feel like this just isn't really reflecting me as a student that well. So usually on the Common App essay, you have your big juicy college essay, right? That you send it to every college. Then there might be supplemental essays that the individual college wants you to write. These are important because you want to make it sound like you would do anything and everything to be at this college. You want to make this college sound like it's your top choice, it's your ride or die, it's the college you've wanted to go to since you were in high school, I don't know, but write whatever, but just make it sound like you truly believe that this is a good school and that you want to go here. Colleges are going to award scholarships to people that they know are going to commit to their school. If possible, also demonstrate a ton of additional interest in the school. What I mean by this is attend tours, attend virtual tours, attend information information sessions. A lot of colleges have Zoom information sessions you can attend from your home if the college is far away. And contact your admissions counselor with any questions you have. They love answering questions, most of them. And you never know who's keeping track of everything that you're doing and what they're thinking. I mean, it's gonna look silly if you come to do an interview for like a full tuition scholarship and they're like, tell me what you know about the college and why you like it. And you're like they're not gonna pick you. Well, make sure you know everything about the school and that you've done a tour to something like that. Please do early admission, early action. Why can't I say? Okay, it's early action, I think. When you do a binding option on your admissions, that means that if you're admitted, that you're committed there. You can't undo that. So just do early action for your applications because you don't want to be tied into one school. You never know who could offer you a better scholarship. I did not think I was going to end up at this college, I'm going to be so honest. I had a whole bunch of other good scholarships and I was like kind of debating between like 3 other ones. I got the email that I got this scholarship from this college. I think it was April something, and decisions are May 1st. Unless you have all the money in the world and you're not concerned with scholarship money, don't do binding options on your application. Tip number 3, stay organized. This is actually my mom's idea, so I have to give her some credit, but we made a chart, and I'll try to put a picture here, of basically every college that I'd gotten into and the amount of scholarship money they gave me, the total amount of the college, and I think the majors they had is something we put too. I wanted to be a theater major originally, now I'm a theater minor, but originally I wanted to be a theater major and not a lot of colleges offered that. My throat is so dry today, I don't know why. Number 4, and this is my final tip, be persistent. Recognize that failure can happen and it's not something to be ashamed of, but something that you can use to grow from. Personally, probably my biggest failure in the college admissions process was blowing a full ride to UMiami. Yeah, pretty bad. We had to write an essay. Looking back, I'm like, that essay was trash. Like, I haven't even read it since I submitted it, but I just know it wasn't that good. But there's nothing I can do about it now, you know? You just have to move on and accept that you will end up where you are meant to be. Never back down, never what? I'm kidding. Never back down, never what? I'm serious though. This school was one of the last schools, no, it was the last school to send me my scholarship decision. I actually wrote this down here because it's really funny. I interviewed for this scholarship in April, didn't get my decision until mid-April, decided a few days before May 1st. It was a lot. I was stressed out from basically October all through May last year. That's just how it is. I'm sorry if I sound negative, but I feel like that's just the truth, especially if you're a student like me, which I'm assuming you are because you clicked on this video, and you need a really good scholarship to go to school. If you have any more questions for me, please reach out. I'm more than happy to talk about this. Everything is still pretty fresh in my mind about college admissions just because it was pretty recent for me, and I'm more than happy to share any knowledge with you. Don't compare yourself to other people. Everybody's path looks different. I feel like college admission culture these days is so toxic, and I know that's like a hefty word to use. I do genuinely feel like everybody has all these crazy things that they've done and these crazy good grades, and they're like the leader of 20 different clubs and everything. And you know what? These people are still getting rejected from top schools. I know because I was in group chats with these people. And these are people that were still getting rejected from like UMiami, and I got into UMiami and I didn't feel as qualified as any of them. The most important thing to do is accentuate your differences and what makes you unique. College admissions people are probably seeing like 20 different people who are the president of their, I don't know, like president of like student government or something like that. I wasn't president of student government. I was a competitive clog dancer. I've been clogging since I was like 6. I did a lot of theater, I did a lot of dance, I actually choreographed a musical, and obviously a lot more of other things. But just remember that you don't necessarily need to have the best grades and the best test scores to get into somewhere. It's also about your application as a whole. So don't just stress over your transcripts. Make sure you're looking at it from like a holistic approach, because that's what the college admissions people are doing. I guarantee it. I love you. Don't stress about this. You got this. Stay positive. I'll cross my fingers for you, and I will see you next week.